So I'm back and we're gonna deal with the exhaust now. But one thing I gotta show you is that back here, there's a tube for the EGR valve, okay? So it's right there, and this is what it looks like. It goes on like this, okay? And this threads into the back of the exhaust manifold. So what I have done is this is on there, is I've loosened the two bolts up on this side so that this can move around a lot. Because otherwise, if these two are tight, it's in the way and you'll never get this back on, okay? So I wanna make sure that I have plenty of room to get that exhaust manifold on. Right, so you're looking for that. I went ahead and I've got a new gasket. So we'll go ahead and we'll weave that on. So it looks like it's gonna go like this. So I'm kind of not at the best angle here. So let's swap positions. And then I can pry that back. All right, so I'm gonna pull this exhaust manifold back and slide in the new gasket. Honest I am. I'm gonna, oh, that looks like that's not on there right. Let's try this way. Oh, there we go. All right, so that goes on like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the exhaust manifold on right there, like that. And while it's all still loose, I'm gonna try to work that, make sure I got this on there right. I wanna work the, that tube back on. So let me get a pry bar, move that over. There it goes, all right. Just need a little finessing. Okay, so I know it's difficult to see, zoom in real close back here, Mike. That right here is that bottom of that EGR tube. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little never seize on it so that the next time I need to take it apart, that it's gonna be a little easier. Okay, so we got that on there. I'm gonna go ahead and just thread that on a few threads. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead and put on my exhaust nuts. I got them all right here. And these, if you look really closely at that nut, it's not perfectly round. Look at it from the top, Mike. So it's not perfectly round, it's kind of squished at the top. That makes it a self-locking. So you'll notice it only threads on 3 or 4 turns and then it stops. That's because it's not round. And what it does is that keeps you from having to use a lock washer. Now, for the most part, these studs are all pretty obvious, but there is one that is hidden and another one that has to have the heater tube going over it. So let me show you where that is, okay? So the hidden one is in here, all right? So, and sometimes that's really hard to get to, you know, even with just my fingertips. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab an extension, and I thought I had it also. Here it is. I'm gonna put the nut on there, and then I just kind of feel my way around on there until I got it in place, and then I'm gonna start it. And you know, while I'm here, I just might take that one home. It wants to go home. Okay. All right. Now, the one that's below here, can you see this tube right here? Because this is all blind. See how I'm wiggling it? Can you get that, Mike? I'm wiggling that tube. On over here, there's a little bracket that has to go over the stud. Okay, so I can feel the little bracket, and I'm just gonna line it up over that stud and then push it over the stud, and I'm gonna take the nut and I'm gonna put it over the top of the little bracket. What you wanna be careful about, and I know you can't see it, maybe what I'll do is I'll show a picture at the end of the video, or make another video of an engine I got on an engine stand. you don't want to get the little bracket caught underneath the exhaust manifold, because if you do, it's going to be a major exhaust leak. All right, so I'll bring you a little bit more where we can get in the open and see that. So I'm going to go ahead, put the rest of these exhaust nuts on here. I'm going to go ahead and tighten them down to about 25 foot-pounds, and then this exhaust part will be done. So we'll be back after that. Okay, we're back, day 3. Putting the head back inside of the in the car on the series of installing and removing the head on a Miata in the car. So let's go ahead and just get right back to work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start hooking up these hoses right here. And so I've got my clamps already on here, and these are all pretty easy, but I'll walk you right through it. So it's going to put that one there. This one gets this clamp. So I'm probably going to do this on a playlist. I've kind of been experimenting with that. I'm not the most highly techie person there is, but I think I got it figured out. I did a playlist, 2 playlists, one on that 25-hour race, and then I did one on the pro-built motor. And we just got a couple of things left to do on that one before that video is complete. I'll put this hose on here. Okay. So watch for this also on a playlist. I turned you guys in the first part of how to put the head together, and then I did a next part of dropping the head on the block, and then we'll probably do this one as a finishing it up type of video, so that you guys have all of them in case you want to follow this step by step. Tightening this up, and there's a little housekeeping I need to do on this engine. Okay, I got that one. All right, I got one over here. This one comes from the oil cooler. I'm gonna pull it down. Push that up in there. So, getting this put back on. So it's like these 3, and there's also one in the back of the head that we're going to have to put on. And we'll get to that one in a minute when we start working back there. I like to button up stuff like all of the front, all of the side, all of the rear. What I did do while you weren't watching was I put this little shield on, just held on with some little 10 millimeters. I'm going to go ahead and get me a, I thought I had it. Guess you don't have it here. So I'm going to go ahead and hook this harness up now. So these hoses are done and tight. That's all good. And then this harness weaves all the way around to the air cleaner over here. So let's go ahead and see if we can get these plugged in. Is this my throttle positioning sensor? All right. Got one there. Okay. These 3 up here. There's that one. Okay. And our knock sensor on there. Okay, this one goes to the crankshaft positioning sensor. And then these ones are going to go to the air cleaner when we go to work onto that side. This one goes to the cam angle sensor. All right, this is going to go to my hose. So I got a ground wire right here. So I'm going to go ahead. I know I got another ground wire I'm going to need to put on there, but let me grab a little bolt to put on there real quick. To hold that ground wire in place. Okay. If you don't get this one down good, this is actually the ground that grounds out all of the computer stuff. So you got to make sure that you get that one in there good. All right. I had a wrench here. This is it. Okay. I don't want to forget this step. And I know that you were going to remind me if I did. So what I'm going to do here is, remember I just snugged those down. I need a 14 wrench. Okay, I want to really get these tight. Okay, so I'm actually got a 26 millimeter, and I'm going to go right here on the camshaft. Wow, looks like I did get it pretty tight. But I'm glad to triple check my work. Okay, they're good. All right. Okay, so it looks like my front is pretty good. I can add on my cooler hose, and I've got some sensors here for my, that I'm using for my coolant warning light. So we'll get those hooked up. That'll probably be where I go next, and then I'll be finished up here. Then I'm going to go to the back of the engine. So we'll be back in a minute.